Okay, what's up you guys? Welcome to my Honey Sweets. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. I came back to y'all with another video because I want to talk about Jaguar Wright. If you do not know, Jaguar Wright was part of the Roots, singer, great, phenomenal voice. Back in the 90s, her career was either never took off like that or derailed, blackballed due to behind the scenes industry issues, but she is back up front and she's coming out speaking, divulging all of the secrets of the industry, everybody's business. She airing them out, stuff that we already knew, heard rumors about, or already thought, or maybe some stuff we didn't know. But anyway, she here to put it all on the table. And a lot of people are coming and stating things like they think that she's bitter, they think that she's lying, how she know everybody's freaking business. She just seemed angry, crazy, deranged, on all this other type of stuff, right? Here's what I'm about to tell you about what's going on with the Jaguar Wright stuff. Could she be angry about some things? Yes, who wouldn't be when you're dealing with the industry? If y'all ain't been paying attention, everybody in the freaking industry, as far as the music industry is concerned, is angry, okay? The ones that ain't angry are the ones who are victimizing others to make them angry. Everything that this woman is saying is absolutely true and real. It has been confirmed and been spilled out by other people. Trickling down, like in little trinkets, they come and divulge, reveal information to us. They hint at making your windows concerning all of these different topics that she has been talking about. From artists to execs, producers, and stuff. They be spilling it out. I just don't know if y'all be listening or don't be catching it. Now, the reason why she's waiting till now to divulge all this information is a person who has been a victim, has been traumatized, or has had to keep their mouth shut about things that they didn't necessarily agree with. Or even, let's say back then that they did agree with it. As you get older and you begin to know more, understand more about life, or even just get fed up and have a breaking point, it's certain stuff that you be like, I can't go to my grave with this. I need to give it a voice. I need to say it. People who have been victims of different type of abuse and stuff, eventually they want to scream it out. They want to speak it. They have to, because guess what? It's all up in here. And a lot of y'all don't know, a lot of stuff like cancer, heart disease, diabetes, like a lot of stuff is stemmed from spiritual and emotional issues, believe it or not. And not just, it's manifesting itself in the physical and in your body, in your health, in this manner. But it's coming from matters of the heart. So if you don't let that stuff out, it can kill you, literally. A lot of people, especially in the black community, since we, in our families, we sweep a lot of stuff under the rug, don't normally go and seek help with traumas, childhood traumas and stuff. That stuff is killing us. We're eating our way through it, unhealthy stuff. We're drinking our way through it. We're smoking our way through it. We're fighting our way through it, like being violent. Like, it's all of that stuff. It eats away at your soul. It starts in your soul. It eats away at your body, is what I meant to say. So, of course, now, a perfect time more than ever. And I feel that 2020, the year of revelation, like God is removing the veil off a lot of stuff. He said that things done in the dark will come to the light. He said that he laid the wealth of the wicked up. He laid the wealth of the wicked in store for the meek, the humble. Like, it's a lot of revelations where things will be revealed, be exposed, veils would be taken off, people's eyes would be open. So a lot of the things that y'all pegged and thought was conspiracy theorists, thought was people just with a tinfoil hat on and stuff, she's confirming that this stuff is true, it's accurate. The people who she's come out speaking about, I know me myself, since I have studied certain parts of the occult and have heard and seen certain things going on in the industry with my own ears, my own eyes. It's easy to follow and pick up those patterns of what's going on in the industry. So when she has come out saying this stuff, a lot of it isn't even new news for a lot of us. So some of y'all are shocked and thinking that she's just this crazy person making up stuff. She's not. She's not at all. When she, like, I'm about to give you one example. When she's talking about Puff Daddy, right? talking about Puff Daddy having dildos, sleeping with men, and all this type of stuff. All of that is true. Oh, as well as his hits. All of that is true. And it's evidence to it because, number one, he told on himself before about he was doing a video. Kevin Hart was interviewing him, Usher, and a whole bunch of other people at the house. And he was sitting there, P. Diddy, up there talking about how he woke up with Usher. They would be wrestling in the bed and all that type of stuff. They were grown-ass men then. But he tried to pit it like, oh, he tried to fix it because Kevin Hart was shocked. Like, dude, you really about to expose it? He talked about them fighting over bowls of cereal or some crap like that. It's a freaking net. He talked about them fighting over bowls of cereal. Cameron came out and said that he had went to a spot that Mace was staying at, that P. Diddy had set up for him, and that there was a dildo in there. And he was like, these are the only two guys who's in there, right? Who else? It's like so much. Oh, there's one dude who talked about going to a Puff Daddy mansion party down in Miami, and that he walked into one of the rooms, and that it was L.A. Reid, Puff Daddy, and some other men inside the room, and they were making out with each other, having an orgy. He said he just backed up and closed the door. He's like, I ain't been invited to a Puff Daddy party since. Or like, but it's a whole bunch of stuff that confirms and back this stuff out, and these people aren't lying, okay? Could she be bitter and angry about stuff? Yes. Could she be fed up and want revenge? Yes. But what she's saying isn't a lie, and she should be coming out saying it because it needs to. Excuse me. I'm having real bad acid reflux right now because I drink too much freaking pop. So Jaguar Wright, I believe everything she's saying. Her timing, I have no problem with her timing. Like I said, certain stuff people don't want to go to the grave with. Do you know how many people have revealed some of the most shocking things on their deathbed because they can't die thinking I never made this right. I never told the truth about this. I never revealed this and got this off my chest. So whether it's her sin or someone else's, she's aware of it. Like she even stated partaking in some of their sins or whatever, as far as turning blind eyes and helping them do stuff. So that's not stuff that you want to take to your grave. And then her own child passed away. I believe that definitely could have put a reset on her. Like, yo, it's too much going on. I've lost too much, sacrificed too much. I'm about to just reveal and get everything out. You know, one of the other things, it was something, I believe in one of her lives, she did state that people were threatening her. She was getting phone calls. People calling themselves threatening her and them having others call to threaten her. I believe in one of her lives she even stated and mentioned someone showing up at her home. Either something like someone, I think she said something like they watching my home, don't come to my door, or I seen someone at my door, or seen someone out my door, or something to that effect, that someone is watching her or is trying, like letting her know, like, yo, we know where you live. But I think she even stated in that laugh, like, I'm not scared of y'all, I'm not hiding, or whatever. Like, yeah, that's where I live. But part of me was trying to look and think, she's revealing all this truth, right? It could be ordained. It could be sanctioned. She could still be a part of the occult, and they gave her, the high-ups gave her the green light and said, hey, go and spill, get this stuff out there, or whatever. And this is the reason why I'm saying this. Stay with me. Number one, the order of the occult, they know the scriptures. The demons, as God said, the demons know the scriptures even better than mankind. They know the scriptures. They know what the prophecies are. So they know that sooner or later this stuff will be coming to light. That's number one. That's one of the reasons why they would give a green light for someone to go and begin pitting out their dirty laundry. Because they know it's going to happen anyway. Number two, they also want to desensitize people from a lot of this stuff so they can make it the norm. So they can come from up under hiding. Because before they didn't have to do this stuff in these rituals and stuff in basements and in the woods. They could do this stuff out and about. It wasn't till, I think, like the Christian Crusades, when it was pushed underground, witches, warlocks, the occult, mystery, Babylon, ancient teachings and stuff. So, number one, they want to desensitize people and they want to come from up out of their caves with this shit. The other thing is controlled opposition. If they know it's people out there airing them out, about to air them out, stuff is trickling out, people are becoming more receptive to believing it, people's eyes are waking up, one of the tactics that the occult, the industry will use is, here, we're going to pit out controlled opposition. We're going to use a person who we control, who knows us. Oh, I hope that wasn't an accident. Oh, God bless, protect. A person who we control, and we're going to have them go and pit out some truths, and we get to decide who they put the focus and attention on, right? Because in some stuff, the industry, like what Meg and Tori going through, I believe that that's a humiliation ritual. Actually, I'm going to get into that because I think it's a couple of things going on there, because they would use one ceremony to handle and tackle 3-4 different type of rituals and stuff and energies. But anyway, like that though, that's like a humiliation ritual shit going on over there. So they can decide who they want her to focus her energy on, who they want her to expose and put business out there. Because now it serves all these multiple purposes, as I told you. It's fulfilling the prophecy. Is the stuff coming out. Now we get to choose how and how much and who business we put out. And then still serve as a humiliation ritual for them, a takedown for some, or all of that. So she could even still be a part of the occult. And they are the ones who have ordained and given her permission to spread out this stuff. Now, she also, that does not necessarily have to be the case. They could possibly have not actually put their hands on her, because I wanted to watch and see which end this would come from. Because I'm like, a few things gonna happen. If they ain't gave her permission to do this shit, and she really is the ops for them, they're either gonna sit back, wait, see how it ride, if it gets picked up by people, enough people, and they're gonna see how that works that way, how the public reacts to it, if a lot picks it up. And if they don't, hey, we leave her alone. It's no point to even give her attention back. Which, of course, sooner or later, probably will penalize her in some type of way. But that's what I'm trying to see how this going to play out, because I'm trying to figure out how her son passed away. Lord rest his soul. But they could look at it like, oh, okay, well, if everybody thinks she's crazy and that she's lying and that she's just bitter and angry, we don't need to do anything. We don't got to put our hands on her or discipline her for what she's done, because no one's picking it up. And then they'll just continue to ice her out and even lower her perimeters of where she can get money from. You get what I'm saying? Like blackball her even more. Or it's going to be a situation is they're going to be like, oh, she has revealed and spoken too much, and they're going to try and put a hit out on her. They're going to try and kill her, take her life. Luckily, if she has left the occult, the industry, giving her life to Christ, she's covered under his blood. She will only be leaving this earth when he ordains for her to. The thing about it is, for people who are in the occult, who, when you go into the occult and you take them oaths and become part of them orders and stuff like that, you have to denounce God and denounce Jesus, and you have to take on Satan as your Lord, basically, and take on Satan as your God. So then you cross God's hands there, and right, your soul and what you do, that's all with you and Satan, until or if you repent, denounce Satan, and come back to Jesus, because that's what he died on the cross for. He said, I bought your soul at a price, the price of his blood. So don't think that if a person sells their soul out to Satan, that they cannot be redeemed and be saved, because they absolutely can. And I hope none of them are still in the industry thinking like, oh, it's too late, I'm already messed up, I can't go to God. So they sticking around, because that's not true. God will embrace them with open arms and forgive them for their transgression and take them back. And he will cut up that deal with Satan. Now, some of them, though, ain't leaving because they don't want to lose their riches and wealth. You have to come to a place where you got to look at God and say, guess what, God? I'm willing to serve you poor. I'm willing to serve you broke, ashamed, all of that. And that's what I think Kanye's struggle is. I think he want to serve God, and he tired of the industry, the occult, satanic part, but he don't want to let go of the wealth and the riches from it. And that's where he's going to have to choose a side. Is it possible for God to say, here, I will still allow some to keep their wealth, or even turn around, they lose it, and he build them back up so that their wealth is built on righteousness? Yes, but it's not a guarantee. Kanye really going to have to get his heart right and decide what's the most important to him. Money and riches, or God and salvation. But anyway, so that's what I'm thinking about Jaguar Wright. I know regardless of if she is controlled opposition for them, or if she really is out of the occult, she's telling the truth. Regardless, she is telling the truth about the things that she's saying. Please go and research MK Ultra. Please go and research Sex Better Kitten Slave. Please go and research the occult, the industry, all of that. And some people saying like it seems like she everywhere and know everything. Once you research and know what you're looking for, it's clear and obvious what be going on for the most part. For example, from research, look at it like a game. If you were a part of a game and you know what their initiation rituals are, whether that's getting jumped in or getting screwed in, or like what end they take or have to kill someone in. If someone you see pop up a part of the game, then you know that they done one of those three. You know what I'm saying? Let's say that if they on this as shooter or the drug dealer or the prostitute for that gang or something like that, they're going to have colors, coding, handshakes, words. They're going to be with certain people from that gang who's part of that sector of it, right? And that's going to make it clear to you what part of the gang that they're in and what all steps they had to do to be in that sector and what all they're going to go into. So that's why it would be easy. Once you know what you're looking at and what you're looking for, it's easy to spot it. I'm not even in it, and I've learned how to spot occultic handshakes. I be seeing that crap in movies all the time. The brotherhood handshake where they do it like this, where they shake each other. Like they be having it in the movies, paintings, pictures. Like they have their occultic stuff, numbers, all of that color coding inside everything. Music videos, movies, rhymes, interviews. Like you can see and it's apparent what's going on. So the fact that she was in it, of course she would be able to spot out and know who was with who was doing what, and didn't have to physically be right there or talk to that person. You can look on the screen and be like, oh, you're moving with him? Oh, I know what that's about. I know what he does, what his section does. Oh, you moving with P. Diddy? We know in order to be in his good graces or close deals with him that he has to top you. So that's going to be obvious. Anybody who she see with him, she going to know, oh, he topped them. That's one of the things he requires in his contracts and his business dealings with people. Oh, Clive Davis, the one who mentoring you. Well, we know what Clive Davis do. So now it's obvious and easy to spot out that that's what this person is doing. You know how humiliation ritual look? It's going to be clear and obvious when people are in humiliation rituals. If it was a blood sacrifice, those things become easy and clear to see. Because, like, for example, some of the stuff they do with blood sacrifices. Number one, especially if it's somebody who ain't been around, how can I explain the stuff that they do? Well, like how it was obvious that Kim Porter was P. Diddy, because that's who, one of the people she's talking about. I'm going to keep it on him. It was obvious that Kim Porter was a blood ritual sacrifices because, number one, numbers. They have number coding for the certain stuff. Number two, they're always, the person who killed got to celebrate their kill. Excuse me. Whenever a celebrity pass away or their family member pass away, someone close to them and all of that, whenever they pass away, pay attention to these things. How the story run, who is the person who come and benefit the most from it? Because when a blood sacrifice happens, when it's one where you're trying to move up to the next level, that person's career is about to take off. Right? They about to go to another level, another dimension. New business deals. They always try to do a blood sacrifice ritual for it to boost the energy and the satanic magic power of what they want Satan to reward them with for it. So look at who benefiting from it, who's coming out and celebrating it, because they, like when T.I. auntie died, I knew it. Number one, he had on a pink. He was smiling. I think they had a party at some point. P. Diddy had a party basically right after Kim Porter's death and stuff. Those are celebrations. When you do the kill, number one, you have to make it known that you're the one who did the kill, and then you celebrate it. I'll give you an example of one where it was sent a sniper. It wasn't even a blood sacrifice. Just with Joe Budden, Charlamagne the God, and that girl Tahiri. When Tahiri did that interview with Hollywood Unlocked, as she was sniping Joe Budden, because they have symbolic stuff as well as like literal stuff. They do stuff figuratively as well as literally. So as she was sniping Joe Budden, she was a sniper, But she let us know who sent the kill order because she mentioned Charlamagne's name. She brought up Charlamagne's name practically out of nowhere, and it really wasn't even that relevant to the conversation that they were having. But that was coding to let them know. And she sat there with a smile on her face, mentioning Charlamagne's name to let Joe Budden know this is who your sniper is. This is who the kill order came from. So that's stuff that they do. They're gonna come out and they're gonna show some form of how you're gonna know who it was, because they're gonna celebrate it, take claim for it, and they're also gonna propel from it. Okay. So Kim Porter, it was obvious that she was a blood sacrifice. Oh, and then that's the other thing. Some of the stuff that they do, like humiliation rituals, that's to pay like dues. You have to pay dues going up in the business. We're right. They're gonna give you the short end of the stick. They're gonna make you the butt of the joke and all that kind of stuff. Like they all come in having to pay their dues with being treated horribly, being ran through, and all that kind of stuff. It's part of paying dues. And then depending on what they want or what they're willing to do, like Noriega has stated, he was like, I went platinum once, never went platinum again. He said I was offered 3 doors because he had a #1 hit, and they was talking to him about that, because these one-hit wonders, y'all be wondering why they disappear. It's not because they trash, or the reason why they ain't on the top no more isn't because they're trash. It's because they chose to not perform certain rituals to stay there or go higher. He was like, I was offered 3 doors. One was the sacrifice shit. He's like, because he didn't say blood sacrifice, but he was like on some sacrifice, kill stuff, right? That's where you kill someone to go up. And a lot of y'all, they've done it. When they parents come up dead, and they just so happen to just being took off or shortly after takeoff, blood sacrifice. Their children or their spouse and all that type of stuff, those are blood sacrifice. Those are the ones who said, yeah, I'll do that. He said, then there was another door. It was that gay door. He was like, where like that homosexual stuff. Those are the ones who, it's certain people in the industry who they use to break people in to do those type of rituals. Queen Latifah is one. Puff Daddy is one. Erykah Badu is one. Like, they have ones where you got to go through certain doors to get certain things and move in certain places. And they have certain people who they have over those type of ceremonies. And that's another reason how you can know what someone is doing based off who they are paired with, hanging out with, close with. But anyway, so, and gatekeepers in different areas. So, and Puff Daddy is a gatekeeper. And then what was the third one that he mentioned? He mentioned blood sacrifice, homosexual stuff. And what did he say that other one was? Crap, I don't even remember what the third one was. He's like, but anyway, he was like, I ain't choose that. He was like, and I ain't never had a number, because they was asking him about the Illuminati, and he was like, I ain't never had another #1 since then. He didn't choose any of them. He said no. But that's the other reason why I was looking at Dave Chappelle, because I'm like, damn, Dave Chappelle had chose to leave. But the fact that he has came back in the business and he's getting something, he succumbed to it. He said, I'm going to do it. He, regardless of which type of rituals he decided to partake in, he's done them. And this is what you need to know. They all are on a base level doing something just to be being played on the radio, be up there, even though they ain't at the top of the top. They're still getting butts down and doing certain type of stuff. But anyway, when he came back, and when you want to be a certain place, no, that's where different type of rituals and different type of oaths are required for you to obtain those type of things. TV show deals, movies, especially like leading movies and stuff, specials. Oh, my phone about to. All right, thanks for watching.